everyone, welcome back to Lavendaire. It is so good to see you, and yes, I am back from my travels. I dyed my hair for fall, went a little darker, and today I just thought it'd be nice to do a quick little update video on where I am in life and what's coming up. So first, I'm going to talk about Road to 2020, which is my challenge slash theme for the rest of the year that, we're all going to be on together. And then I'm going to do a flip through of the Artist of Life Workbook so you can see what it looks like inside. And I'm going to answer any FAQ about the workbook. And lastly, I'm going to talk about the new Lavendaire community on this app called Vibely, where it just facilitates Lavi Love meetups. So let's first talk about Road to 2020. I wanted to share this challenge with you all, and I'm gonna post some videos about this in the next couple months. But Road to 2020 is just a challenge to ask yourself, what are the things I want to accomplish before the end of the year? And also, what foundations do I want to set in place to get a good start for 2020? So planning for the new year, I feel like starts a couple months before the new year even begins, because once you start in January, it's already started. So I don't know about you, but I like to plan things. So I'm already starting to plan, okay, what do I want to wrap up? What projects do I want to finish this year? And then how will I lay the grounds and the foundation for what I want to accomplish in 2020, but also in the next decade, because 2020 is just a very pretty sounding year, the number 2020. And I mentioned in the last video on the Artist of Life Workbook that we are entering a new decade. So we are closing out the tens, if that's what you call it, and we are entering the 20s. So it's a very exciting time, and I felt like because it is such a big deal, a new decade, I should give myself a little more time to prepare and plan for it. So we are starting now, okay? So comment down below on the things that you want to get done before the end of this year. What will your road to 2020 look like? For me, since I just came back from travel, it's all about resetting my foundation, kind of getting a clean slate. So that includes, unpacking, decluttering, organizing my entire house, because it just doesn't feel like it's not where it should be. And when my space is a mess, I feel like a mess. So I need to get that together. And then after reorganizing my home and my space, I want to restructure my habits and my routines and kind of set a new routine in place. And then I also want to personally spend time re-strategizing and rethinking the whole Lavendaire business model, just clarifying how I'm gonna build it and where I'm gonna take it in the next year or the next 10 years. So that's what I'm gonna do. Let me know what you guys are gonna be working on down below. And just be on the lookout for my Road to 2020 videos that I'll be posting sporadically in the next couple months. All right, now let's talk about the new Artist of Life Workbook. I have them here. They come in two colors, lavender and gray. And you guys, I realized that I didn't get photos of the inside of the gray workbook. So I'm like, oh my God, I need to make a video showing you guys what it looks like inside. So today I'm gonna do a flip through. I'm gonna show you the color comparison between the two workbooks and answer any questions that you guys had on Instagram. So for those of you who don't know, the Artist of Life Workbook is a guided journal that I created to help you plan your most intentional year, plan your best year ever, basically. And I started making this in 2016, end of 2016. So the first version was 2017. And so each year we've improved the quality and the content of this workbook. And basically it has 125 pages of questions and exercises that guides you through reflecting on your past year, planning the new year, planning your goals in detail. And there's a whole section on self-love, designing your mindset, your habits. And then there's a whole section that I call the goal book, which is where you plan your quarterly and monthly goals, and then you do quarterly and monthly reviews. So it's essentially a workbook that helps you guide the big picture plan of your life in the year. It's not really a daily planner. I have a separate daily planner product for that, but this is more of a big picture guided experience. All right, so here we have the gray and the lavender workbook. So inside of the gray, I decided to do more of a bluish tint. So if you look at the two, you can tell that the gray is more bluish grayish, and then lavender is just lavender to match the color. All right, so now let's do a flip through of the Artist of Life Workbook. So one little change that I think is really cute is this extra page in the front. And so we have the intro page, inspirational quotes here. And here is the table of contents, which you can see on our website. And the welcome letter, how to use the workbook. And then we have our Goodbye 2019 section where there are questions to help you reflect on the past year. Then there's a Hello 2020 section to help you set your intentions for the new year. There's a vision board exercise, a current me versus future me exercise. And here's our self-love section with questions and exercises to help you discover more about yourself and what you want. So we have questions on mindset refresh, self-care, and designing your habits. Then we have our 2020 goals section that helps you set your goals in all the areas of your life, including your health, relationships, career, personal growth, creativity, and more. And then this part, Lessons for the Journey, includes content on how to stay committed and managing your fears. Here's a bucket list section. And then that's the end of the first part of the workbook. So we have some helpful resources as well as some links. And then we get to the goal book, which is the second part of the workbook. So the goal book includes monthly and quarterly goals and reviews. So here you set your quarterly goals. So here you set your monthly goals at the beginning of the month, and then you review your month at the end of the month. So here we have some trackers. We have a habit tracker, a daily tracker, and then we have an area where you can jot down your gratitude list throughout the month. And then it continues on with this formats for every single month of the year. And then at the end of each quarter, we have some quarterly review questions to help you stay on track with your goals throughout the year. And that's about it for the Artist of Life Workbook. Oh, also at the end, there are some extra journaling prompts and ideas for the blank pages in the back. So we have half lined pages and half blank pages because I couldn't decide. I like them both. All right, let me quickly answer some FAQ about the workbooks. Yes, we ship internationally all over the world, but if you're curious about shipping costs, all you have to do is enter your address and you can get a preview for how much shipping would cost before you check out. So yes, I know international shipping can be expensive, but that is just because it's expensive to ship like things around the world, and that's the rate that the carriers give us. It's basically something outside of our control, but if you are concerned about like high international shipping costs, then you have two options. The first option is we do have a digital PDF version of the Artist of Life Workbook that you can download, get instantly, and print out. The second option is to share shipping costs with people in your area. So we just started a new Lavendaire club on the app Vibely, which I'll talk about later, but in Vibely, it connects you to people who are local, nearby in your cities. So you can reach out to someone in your area and decide if you want to put your order together so you can split the shipping costs. But I just have to say that we don't take any responsibility for that because that is just like on you and whatever you decide and communicate. Honestly, the 2020 workbook is very similar to the 2019 if you have it. The cover material is essentially the same because I loved that cover material of 2019. It's so plush and soft, and so is this one. So I want to keep it standard like from here on out. And then the content inside is mostly the same with a few edits. So I've edited a few prompts just to help like clarify your answers a little bit. And then I also reformatted the goal book, which is the monthly, quarterly sections. There's new resources listed, which are updated each year, and then there's a few new journal prompts within as well. The best time to start the workbook is anytime between now till end of January. I think end of the year to the beginning of the year is the best time to start because there's a lot of prompts on reflecting on the past year and planning for the new year. And if you decide to buy this workbook later on in the year, it's also usable, and you can just, instead of like reflecting on the past year, you can use it to reflect on the past quarter or reflect on the past half year. So you can break it down. So I'd say the second best time would be to start either second quarter or mid-year. We are proudly making an effort to be as sustainable and eco-friendly as possible. So I mentioned in the Pastel Notebooks launch that everything we package and use is made of recycled materials. So the workbooks and planners are packaged in these white boxes, which is cardboard made of recycled materials, as well as like a brown, let me get this, as well as this brown cardboard packaging box. We have these boxes in different sizes depending on how much you order, but everything is cardboard and recycled materials and recyclable. So I'm trying to use no plastic in our packaging. Even the tape that we use is recycled tape. And if you haven't seen in the last video, our pastel notebooks are packaged in this cardboard sleeve as well. All right, now I want to talk about what's new for our Lavendaire community. So I started a Lavendaire club on the app Vibely. What it is an app that helps connect you to Lavi loves from all over the world, as well as Lavi loves near you in your local city. So once you join the app, you'll be automatically sorted into your local chapter. So for example, I'm in the LA chapter and the SF chapter, but there's chapters all over the world in all different cities. And so ideally you get to connect with people who are like-minded, into self-help, self-care, and all this stuff in your area. So it brings the online offline, which I think is really special and fun. So on the app, there is like a Lavendaire world group, and that is like a giant group chat of everyone who's in the Lavi Love community on the app, and then you'll have like your chats for your local chapters. And for me, it's just really fun to see like the map of where you guys are all over the world. It's so fun to see that. And of course, the purpose of this app is to make it easier to create meetups. So there are virtual meetups and in-person meetups. So a virtual meetup is just a Google Hangout with people that are from all over the world in our community. And then in-person meetup is a meetup in person. So every Sunday on the app, I'll be posting prompts to inspire your journaling sessions or your group chats on the app to help you self-reflect, or sometimes it might be like a weekly challenge or something like that. And then what I'm most excited about is through the app, it'll make it easier for me to know when and where you guys are meeting up. And then if I'm in the area, I can just decide to drop in and join in on the meetup. And by the way, I mentioned this on Instagram, but Vibely is an app started by one of my friends from college. Her name is Terry, and I'll have her on the podcast if you guys are interested in learning about her journey. But it's just so cool. I'm always so proud to support female entrepreneurs, and I'm at this age where it's cool to see all my friends succeeding and doing cool things in life. So yeah. Anyway, I'm excited for you guys. I'm excited for our community. This is a great place for you to meet new friends and connect with other people who are into the same things that you're into. And it's also a great way to meet other people who are doing the Artist of Life Workbook. So you can go through the program together, maybe meet up and journal together, make vision boards together. I don't know. It really is up to you. And lastly, I just want to thank you for being the sweetest, kindest, best community out there. You guys are so amazing. I'm honestly so grateful for you being here, just being on this Artist of Life journey together, because I feel like we've transformed, we've changed over the years. But if you're still here, thank you, and I wish you all the best. I wish you a successful road to 2020, but also just like all the best things, all good things for 2020 and beyond. I love you guys so much, and I cannot wait to connect with you guys more on the app. And just a heads up, my next few videos will be travel related, because I have a lot of vlog footage, a lot of lessons, and things that I want to share from my travels. So you're gonna see like blonde hair Aileen. It's gonna be a little rewind, but it'll be good. All right, see you next time. Bye.